Hello everybody and welcome to Bristol Motor Speedway for the Nasmar Community Cup Series round of 16 cutoff race, folks. We are here at the world's fastest half mile, getting ready for one great race here at Bristol Motor Speedway. This is one of the NASCAR's most iconic tracks, and today, folks, we shave 16 down to 12. But before we get any farther in this race, make sure to like and subscribe for more content down below. But that does help the channel out a bunch. But now, folks, let's get right into this race. Joining me in the booth today will be MLCS Racing Network. MLCS, how do you think this race is going to end up today? And who do you think can take home the Bristol crown?
It is the last great Coliseum, the iconic short race that we all look forward to every single season. And we have 36 gladiators all trying to go for the crown. Personally, I'm looking at Ryan Blaney in that third position. He was extremely strong in practice. Watch him late today.
I do agree. Ryan Blaney will be strong. Let's take a look at your point standings entering into Bristol here. Look at that cutoff line. Carson Hocevar is -10, but Ryan Blaney, like you just mentioned, is -11 as well. Denny Hamlin is only +10 over that cut line. And John Hunter Nemechek, with a couple great runs the past couple weeks, is only +11 also. So we'll have to see how that ends up today, folks. Well, before we get any farther into this, let's go to your what's to watch for today's race.
Chase Elliott comes into Bristol with no worries as he is locked into the second round after surviving Atlanta and finishing strong at Watkins Glen. I talked to Elliott this afternoon and he said his goal is to just win and get some good momentum going into the round of 12. Elliott is extremely confident tonight. Watch the number 9 team to be fast and up front all race.
Denny Hamlin comes into this race only +10 to the cut line. Denny qualified in the 5th position for tonight's race and said he's looking to earn some stage points and to keep his nose clean to avoid elimination. Watch the number 11 car tonight at one of his best tracks.
While Chris Buescher missed the playoffs this season, he is still a threat to win any weekend, especially at tonight's race at Bristol. I talked to Buescher this morning and he said even though we missed the playoffs this season, the goal has not changed. We are still out here to win a race and make a statement. Watch the 17 of Chris Buescher tonight.
Ryan Blaney enters this race 11 points below the cut line. He needs a really strong run tonight, and lucky enough for him, Team Penske and Jonathan Hassler have brought a very fast car to Bristol. Qualified in the 3rd position, watch the 12 tonight as he tries to make his way to the next round.
Thank you, Pit Road Reporters, folks. Now take a look at your starting lineup for today's race. In row number 1, you have Christopher Bell and Ross Chastain.
In row number 2, our best friends, Ryan Blaney and William Byron.
Row 3 has Denny Hamlin and Tyler Reddick.
Row number 4 is Chase Elliott and the underdog, Michael McDowell.
Row number 5 has Chris Buescher and Joey Logano.
In row number 6, we have consecutive numbers Brad Keselowski and Kyle Larson.
Row number 7 has MTJ, Martin Truex Jr. and Ty Gibbs.
In row number 8 are Kyle Busch and cut in half Josh Berry.
Row number 9 has Austin Cindric and Daniel Suarez.
Rounding out your top 20 for today is Shane Van Gisbergen and Alex Bowman.
Row 11 has Austin Dillon and Noah Gragson.
In row number 12, we have Carson Hocevar and the other underdog, Todd Gilliland.
Row number 13 has Zane Smith and Justin Haley.
And in row number 14, we have Ryan Preece and Ricky Spinhouse Jr.
Row number 15 has Chase Briscoe and 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson.
In row 16, we have 2311 Bubba Wallace and Corey LaJoie.
Row number 17 has Kaz Gralla and Harrison Burton.
In row number 18, we have Eric Jones and John Hunter Nemechek, 2 playoff drivers starting back.
In row number 19 is Daniel Hemrick. That will round out your starting lineup for today's race here at the Bristol Motor Speedway, the Nasmar Community Cup Series cutoff race. Before we move any further into the video, make sure to go down to Spoiler Diecast and use code SPEED to save 5% on your order and get free shipping on orders of $20 or more. Holidays coming up, great guys. We're going to have some great deals coming up for you guys. Well, folks, without any further ado, let's head down trackside for the command. Fire the engines from NLS Network.
It's time for playoff racing here in Bristol. Drivers, start your engine.
I was just making it on the spot. I'm not sure it sounded good.
What a command by NLS Network to get the engines fired here. We are rolling in the round of 16 cutoff elimination race here for the Nasmar Community Cup Series.
Now let's go ahead and take a look at your race info, sponsored by Spoiler Diecast. It's going to be 15 laps around the last Great Coliseum, 37 cars, and this is an elimination race. Make sure to watch that cutoff battle.
It's going to be a great race between stage breaks. We will have an update for you folks. Well, we are coming to the green flag here at Bristol. We are racing at the last Great Coliseum.
And we're racing here at Bristol. It's Bell with a great jump. Here comes Chastain. Whoa, he's a bit loose off the corner. Now Bell clear for the lead.
Here comes Ryan Blaney, started third. He's trying to make up second. He will on Ross. Here comes William Byron on Ross. Chastain has to lift out of the gas. He's going to lose a ton of positions here. 2 laps to go in stage number 1.
Top 5 now, single file. Elliott kind of poke his head out, but here comes Ryan Blaney. White flag in stage number 1 to the inside of Bell. Can he get there? 2, 3, turns 3 and 4. Bell gets loose, and Ryan Blaney in a Penske machine will take home stage number 1.
What an early stage win for Ryan Blaney. He needed those critical 10 stage points in that 1 playoff point to advance to the next round. This will definitely help his bid in doing that. William Byron also, I believe, managed to get third right there in that stage. Good start for him as well. But overall, you saw Ross Chastain slip up right there. Really fell back pretty far. But let's take a look at your stage 1 results here, sponsored by Spoiler Diecast.
Now let's take a look at them. Ryan Blaney tops the pack, then Christopher Bell, William Byron, Denny Hamlin, and Chase Elliott round out the top 5. Let's take a look at your playoff standings, and look at that. Ryan Blaney with that stage win, those extra 10 playoff points, puts him above the cut line. John Hunter and Hocevar, they're going to need to get their foot on the pedal.
Now, folks, let's take a look at your pit stops for the first time in this race. Christopher Bell will pit from the 2nd position. There's Ross Chastain as well. Here we go, coming off down pit road. Christopher Bell will win the race off pit road. His team gets him that clean air once again here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Now, let's take a look at your choose rule. Christopher Bell's going to go bottom. Ryan Blaney will go top. Hamlin's going to take bottom with William Byron. Very interesting for Hamlin. Well, folks, we're coming back to the green flag here at the world's fastest half mile. We are green once again.
Bell and Blaney side by side as they thunder onto the back straightaway for the first time in stage number 2. Whoa! Bell gets loose.
Here comes Martrix Jr. Martrix Jr. jumps up right there. He's up to 4th now. Here comes William Byron on the outside, using that outside to rock it around out right Blaney. Oh, we got a wreck. Carson Hocevar up and over John Hunter. Huge crash. Bubba Wallace, a playoff contender, involved. What a crash here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. The caution will wave, and stage 2 will end under yellow. But what a crash here at Bristol. Many playoff contenders on that cut line have been taken out in this crash. John Hunter Nemechek, Carson Hocevar, and Bubba Wallace. What a crash. Huge playoff implications for these guys. The only guy who was not involved in that crash below the cut line would be Eric Jones. Let's take a look at a replay of what happened here. It looks like Carson Hocevar, he just gets loose coming off turn number 2. Just a classic Bristol wreck, gets loose and then takes out a bunch of other guys.
Look at how we got on top of John Hunter, Bubba Wallace, innocent bystanders, along with Todd Gilliland and Dylan. Nowhere to go, but man, the 77 got some air on top of the 42.
Yes, he did. Noah Gragson barely escaping the fray right there. Like we mentioned, stage 2 will end under yellow. Ryan Blaney will sweep the stages here. He is for sure pretty good on points now. William Byron finished 2nd. Martrix Jr. with an incredible restart will get up to 3rd. Chase Elliott 4th. And then Christopher Bell rallies back to a top 5 in stage number 2. Take a look at your playoff cut line now. Like I mentioned, John Hunter, everybody is out except for Eric Jones. And Jones is in a must win. Now, folks, taking a look at your choose rule, Ryan Blaney will take the bottom. Byron will go with him. Martrix Jr. will be on the front row here at Bristol for the restart.
It's going to be Ryan Blaney on the inside. Martin Truex Jr. lining up on the out. And behind them, Hendrick teammates. We're back green. Here goes Byron up the gut. The whole field goes sideways. They go 3 wide. It's now Truex in command. Some more contact made in the back.
Oh, we got a spin over the back. It's Alex Bowman. He gets 360 no scope by Denny Hamlin. What a crazy spin for Bowman. Taking a look at a replay of what happened. Ooh, Denny Hamlin might have accidentally dumped, but it looks like it was Austin Cindric who got into the 11 and then got into the 48's right rear. He more than likely broke that toe link as you saw the car wiggling afterwards. What a crash here at Bristol. Again, another playoff contender in trouble. He is safe though since he did win at Atlanta. What a incident for Alex Bowman. Had a good run going. Unfortunately, his night will be over, and he is in the garage. Here we come to the choose roll. William Byron leads. He will have the leader with Martrix Jr. on his outside. 2 laps to go at Bristol.
Who will take home the win at the last great Coliseum? Out of turns number 4. We're racing with 2 to go, and it's a dead heat heading on the back straightaway. It's Truex with the advantage behind. Here comes Bellini. Oh, Byron slinging a slide.
The white flag is out. Martrix Jr., Ryan Blaney, side by side down the back straightaway. They make contact into turn 3 and 4. Here they come. They wreck. They spin across the line, and I think it was Martrix Jr. who will win it here at the last great Coliseum. Martin Truex Jr. and Ryan Blaney will spin. They wreck. They crash. Coming across the start-finish line, but it's Martin Truex Jr. who wins it here at Bristol.
Spinning across the stripe. What a finish here in Thunder Valley. Let's take a look at the replay. It all started here. Byron thought he was in contention. No longer. He fell all the way back. And white flag. The battle of the century. 2 gladiators fighting it out. And Martin Truex Jr. and Ryan Blaney spin across the line. But spinning across the stripe, it's Martin Truex Jr. who took it home.
What a win for Martin Truex Jr. He wins it by spinning across the line. Maybe the first time in Nasmar history we've seen that. What a crazy race here at the last race Coliseum. Coming across the line, Martin Truex Jr. touches that line first. He will win it here at Bristol, and he will burn it down here in his victory.
And what a win for the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. in his final trip to the last great Coliseum. He will take it home, confetti raining down the number 19 Toyota.
What a win for Martin Truex Jr. His last trip here to Bristol Motor Speedway. Now, folks, let's take a look at your point standings going into the round of 12. The 4 that were eliminated after today's race at Bristol were John Hunter Nemechek, Carson Osavar, Eric Jones, and Bubba Wallace. Unfortunate for them, but what a race here at Bristol. These are your points heading into the round of 12. Ross Chastain is on top once again, and Ryan Blaney barely squeaks his way through the round of 16. He's got some work to do for the next round as well, along with Chase Briscoe, Joey Logano, and Noah Gragson. What a race here at Bristol. Let's take a look at your finish results for today's race. Eric Jones really needed to come into this race with some speed. Unfortunately, did not have any. Ended up didn't DNF, but really needed to win. And then, of course, these guys at the back who were involved in that Stage 2 crash. Well, what a race it has been here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We have seen a couple of really iconic moments. This entire race was iconic, to be honest with you. We've had a great race here at Thunder Valley once again. We enter the round of 12, starting off at Kansas with Nil83 on YouTube. We're getting ready for another great round here in the Nasmar Community Cup Series. MLCS, any parting words?
Round of 12, Kansas, Daga, Roval. That's going to be a fun one to watch. Well, that'll all start next week. Thank you for inviting me. I do appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for coming on the booth, MLCS. I greatly do appreciate it, folks. Well, that's all for me in the Nasmar Community Cup Series. We will see you at Kansas.